Okay, we're live in 5, 4, 3.
Two.
Is everybody ready? Okay, welcome. We're calling the meeting to order. It's 2 o'clock and it's October 19th, if you didn't know already. Welcome. Everybody signed the sign-in sheet when they came in? I see one person signed the wrong sheet, but that's okay. I'll get that corrected. We have 2 sheets up there, one to volunteer for the train show, and if you mistakenly volunteered for the train show, not to worry. We'll expect to see you there at 6 a.m. on Saturday to help unload the dealers. Thank you for volunteering. The other one is for, of course, the meeting. So thank you for signing in. We do one thing, let me mention over there. Also on the table, we have train show flyers. So if you'd like to take a handful to share with friends, family, you know, one of our members hands these out to trick-or-treaters on Halloween, one of our better members, I might say. So consider that. It's a family friendly event and a good idea, especially if, you know, friendly looking kids come to your door. Not a bad idea. There's a big box of them over there. Please help yourself. We have a new member. Mr. Snyder wasn't able to join us today, but we have one new member, John Snyder, this month. So welcome, John. Visitors. We got visitors. We have a big turnout today, and we have some. Well, we only have one visitor, but we have some people we haven't seen that often before. So the visitor we have is Robert Hoffman's father. So John? John, thanks for coming today. Hope you enjoy yourself and learn something. Well, we have a couple of people we don't see very often. One is Ed Ryan. Ed, nice to see you again. And somebody we've never seen before, but is a member, which is my fault, Lee Osborne. We unfortunately made a little mistake, which we make mistakes. We're not perfect. When Lee joined, we had his wrong email address, which we discovered recently. And look what happened. He's now at a meeting and receiving communication from us. So we're happy to see that. And of course, Brenda's here again, 2 meetings in a row. Nice to see you, Brenda.
Excuse Bill Sands.
And Mary Gunther is here, Tom's wife. Nice to see you, Mary. She hasn't joined us for a while, but she got a new shirt.
That's right.
She wanted to show off. Did I miss anybody?
Ron?
Oh, Karen. Well, Karen's a regular. Nice to see you, Karen.
Ron?
Yes, Russ. It's not
Well,
time.
Although not a visitor, but we haven't seen Rick Tipton for a while, so
Oh,
Rick is joining us on Zoom today.
Nice to see you, Rick. We don't have people in the waiting room? Okay, good. That's good. Anybody else? Any other visitors online? Russ, how are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Did you do the pantry this morning?
Everything ready to go.
Did you do the pantry this morning?
I did.
Okay, good. If you don't know, Russ volunteers at his church and does the food pantry the 3rd Saturday of each month.
195 families today.
All right. Well, you're going to miss it next month because why?
Yeah.
You're going to miss. Why are you going to miss it next month?
Well, because there's this twice a year train show and sale.
Fantastic. Glad you remember. Have it on your calendar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now it's time for minutes from the last meeting. Rick, would you go ahead and read those? Caught my surprise. They're online.
You finished finding out who made those motions in a second.
Can we have a motion to approve the minutes that was posted online?
You did that.
Who did that?
I did.
Oh,
Made a
Fred.
motion.
And I seconded it.
So moved. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, any?
He looks
Okay.
up.
To make sure. Once in a while, I just have this evil desire to say, I don't know, I don't.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take over for a minute. How many of you actually read those minutes online? You ought to go read them all the way to the end.
Our clerk put a little witticism in there in the end, which was appropriate and true. But you should read it, appreciate it.
Wasn't it audited out?
Which brings up the good point
I
that
kind of thought that'd get edited out, but.
if you don't have access, the minutes are in the members only section of the website. Which if you don't have the passwords to, you need to send Division 8 an email and we'll give you the passwords. So you can get on there and read the minutes from the last meeting. Once in a while, there's something there that you might not know, so good thing to know. Just send us an email if you don't know what the password to get into the members only section of the website, please. And now it's time for Mike Berry and the treasurer's report.
All right, treasurer's report's a little different today. In that on the expenses side for the month, it's zero. Now, that doesn't mean we didn't have any expenses. What that really means is that this month, all of our expenses were on the credit card, the division credit card. And with the way the credit card falls, the monthly billing, we haven't paid any of that stuff yet. So it'll show up next month. But this month, the expenses are officially zero. On the income side, any questions about any of that? A little different this month. Okay,
That is different. We like income. We don't like expenses.
there you go. Like I said, we're just kind of pushing them off to next.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report. Second.
Got that, Rick? That's Robert Hall. Thank you, Robert. All those in favor of approving Mike's report? Any opposed?
No.
Take note of that, Rick.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I meant to do that for the minutes. It's unfair to the treasurer.
Whatever.
Thank you, Mike.
Uh-huh.
Now we're on the
Yeah,
committee
wait,
reports and,
Got a question from Bob Johnson.
oh, excuse me, Bob.
Can we sign up for the Christmas party today?
Okay.
If you
all
wanna-
sign- is you, I don't care if you're coming, but is your lovely wife coming? Okay. We'll put her down and you down as her date. How's that?
And you can give me a check if you want. That's fine.
We got it covered, Bob.
All right, yeah, no problem, Bob. That's, in case anybody else is wondering, it's online now. All set up, $15 a person, just like it's been for the last 3 years.
We appreciate you doing it online because it's an automated process. But if you're a 50-year member, let's just say this, if you're a 50-year member, just sing out, I'm coming to the Christmas party and we'll take care of it. How's that? You're welcome. Okay, we have some walking wounded this month, Mike.
Yes, we do. As you see on the screen, we have 3 of our members that have been in, and thankfully all of them are out of the hospital this month. Rick Geertz had surgery, as did Greg Gephardt and Kent Westfall. All 3 had various types of surgeries, and they are up. And there's Greg on screen. Greg is here
Yeah,
by
Mike,
Zoom. Hi, Greg.
I'm here.
yeah,
Good.
and Kent's here
Glad to see
too,
you, bud.
Mike.
Yeah.
Kent's here too, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw Kent earlier. So they are obviously out of the hospital, but various maladies, various reasons. But everybody on the mend now, and that's a good thing. But that's it for this month. And like I always say, like I put in the pie card every month, obviously I can't keep track of everybody in the division. So if anybody hears of somebody getting ill, going to the hospital, or worse, having a death in the family, please let us know so we can send them a card and let them know that we're thinking of them. Thanks.
Thanks, Mike, for all you do for member welfare too. It's time for Mark Norman and AP, or as we like to call it, the Achievement Program.
Achievement's great. That means you're learning. So, we are looking for people to help out with the evaluations. Please reach out to me if you'd like to do that. And, so if I have a day off or something, so we can keep the thing rolling, it's always appreciated. So there we go. I submitted my article 3 days. High hard, but I think we have an award coming up, if I'm not mistaken, 2 of them, in fact, for Mr. Stan White. Right over here. Come on up here. Can't see this. Looking right at, looking through. Well, Stan has done some really excellent work. The first one here is for structures, yard security office, looking real good here. So you want to hold on to that one. And the next one we have up here, there it is. In fact, right there, a real nice little building. And then this one here is for the concrete slab warehouse low relief, which is something recently added that for these low relief buildings are now, you can get credit for those as well, because you have, many of us have those on the layout. So Stan, congratulations on that, and we'll see. Very good. Well done, Stan. Moving right along.
Hey, Mark, I've got a question for you. When I did the judging and stuff with Cougar on some of Stan's models and stuff, I've heard that there was an issue with the grades and stuff we gave because there was like some buildings or something, or you have to there's like a classification for some buildings or something. And I'm just wondering if maybe if you had like a brochure or something, give people that would say this kind of building, get some points. Because
Yes,
it's
well,
more
to the
complicated.
point, Frank Koch and I went on it, felt some of them were maybe rated a little too high. But you'll see on the website, there's a matrix out there. Just go in there under AP, and it shows the evaluation criteria. Basically, the more complex the work is, the more points you get, the more detailed it is. So I use the example, I built an outhouse. I took a 3/8 inch square stock, cut a little length over it, put another side at an angle, slapped a tin roof on it, and etched out a door. It took me 10 minutes. That's a simple structure. It took me 10 minutes. It'd get points, maybe 8 or 9 points. Whereas you get something more complex, and we look at it. If you have a residence, like say, you presumably see a little bit of foundation, you might have some downspouts, utility meters, roofs, and weathering and so forth and so on. So more complexity and the greater craftsmanship that you put into it. That's the matrix. But look at it, it's out there. It's also on the national side, but it's barely deep. So if you go to our site with an achievement program and hit the link that take right to national, and you can see how we arrive at these numbers. And then you can join any of us going through an evaluation and learn a little something. And it's all meant to learn to be a better modeler. Okay?
Thank you, Mark. And of course, if you have questions, Mark can answer them. Or he'll pretend, but he will get you the information. Barry, it's time for the monthly modeling contest.
It is. I'm gonna sit down this afternoon because my pinch nerve is giving me a bad problem.
Sorry to
I
hear
don't
that,
want it
Barry.
to have any advantage today. So we're doing steam locomotives, and it's always inspiring to see the modeling that goes into steam locomotives. And I'm happy to announce today that everybody's a winner. We like that when that happens. We had 3 entries, and no honorable mentions are needed this time around. So let's go right to 3rd place for a beautiful locomotive. Bob Frankrone calls it the old time steam, and that did 3rd. So congratulations to Bob. Now for 2nd, we've got Eric Wagner, and he has a NCN-STL. Let's see what that stands for. Nashville, Chattanooga, and St. Louis steam engine. And that got absorbed into the LNN. Am I right about that eventually? Yep. So congratulations, Eric. Now for 1st place, we've got Steve Lasher, well-deserved, New York Central Model H6. It's a 282, and it was built from a kit. Now I have to say, is Steve online this afternoon by any chance?
No.
He is not.
Okay, well, Russ, we're sending all kinds of happy vibes his way. I had a chance to see this locomotive recently. Just looking at the tender blows you away. And then you look at the actual locomotive and the detail on it. So hearty congratulations to Steve for that winning entry. So
This locomotive got quite a few votes too, didn't it, Barry?
it did. It was very popular. So wanted to review one of our new rules that we added a couple months ago to our Division 8 model contest, following a national rule that's used at the national level. And that is that once you previously entered a model and it wins 1st place, it's no longer allowed to be entered into that same category again. And so we did have two of these models that had been previously entered. One did win first place, and we had to disqualify that one, so it's not up on the screen today. And then the other one did not, so it was allowed to compete again. So I just wanted to remind you all of that. If you need to check back and jog your memory whether you won first place for a model, go online to our website and check out the pie card and look up that particular contest for the few years previous and see if it's there.
You can also, let me interrupt just for a second, Barry. If you go to the website and the contest page, if you want to see the current year's photographs of models throughout the year, not the ones that haven't happened yet, but you just go to the matrix where it describes what the monthly contest is, like October is going to say steam locomotives. If you click on October, you'll see these pictures that some of even more what you saw right here on the screen. But if you go lower down into the page, you can see previous years. So if you need to check whether you've entered a model or not, if you can't remember, I can't remember. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. Well, I didn't eat breakfast today. I do remember that. But it's all there, so it's easy to look up.
It is. So next month is displays, and just wanted to give you all a couple heads up about displays. They actually can be any size. There's no limit to the size. So for instance, it could be a diorama that you made separately from your layout. It could be a module. What it cannot be is something that never stood alone. And I'll give you an example. I had a Christmas tree lot that I made during the holidays one year, selling Christmas trees at the siding where the boxcars are unloaded. So that one was built alone. I put it on the layout at Christmas time. I take it off afterwards. So that's a display. Now, right next to it is the gasoline distributor, which is having a fire. And I've got two fire trucks responding to the fire at the gasoline distributor. I built that right into the layout from day one. It never was a separate standalone, so I cannot enter that as a display. Any questions about what a display is? Well, we encourage you all to enter next month to that and give me a heads up if you have any other questions about that. So this afternoon, Bruce has given the presentation, my fellow Santa Fe modeler, and just want to let you know, I asked Bruce about the helium car that he's going to tell us about today recently when we were looking at it over at Russ's house. And Bruce said to me, "This is the hardest kit I've ever built in my entire life." So you are in for an amazing treat this afternoon. I just want to share that. Now, we do have a few things on the show and tell table over there, and Bob would like to come up, Bob Johnson, and share a little bit about his. So come on up, Bob, and share a little about your show and tell over there.
My display is, I'm in S scale at the present time. And is this good? Is this a good spot? Okay. I'm in S scale at the present time. Most of you know that I've gone through a whole bunch of scales. Anyway, I wanted to put my display on a piece of track. Pass that around. It's S scale track. It's like Atlas sectional track. And what I used was ballast. And in an old Aether box, I put some ballast and some weeds and some grass and some stuff. Mixed it all up. And the trick to that is Gorilla Tape. Gorilla Tape doesn't dry out and your stuff falls off. It's really sticky, tough stuff. The key to that whole thing is Gorilla Tape. And you put your piece of track on the Gorilla Tape, turn it upside down, mash the tape into the ties, turn it upside down, pour on your ballast mixture, force it down in between the ties real hard, So it goes all the way down into the tape adhesive. And pick it up, dump it back into the Ethan box. Now, that doesn't really come off. It's good for displays and whatever. You can use the information for whatever you want. But the trick to that is Gorilla Tape. Because it's really sticky. And it does not dry out. Anyway, that's my, and what I brought, the train.
Okay,
Thank you, Bob.
thanks, Bob. Thanks to everybody that brings things for the display table and participates in the contest, and have a good day.
Thanks, Barry. Thanks for coming. I know you're in pain. Programs and meetings. Mr. Weiss, I believe, is up.
Okay, well, yes, sir. And just to go off script for a little bit, speaking of modules, that if anybody has received the November model railroader and trackside photos, that Chris Broughton has his lovely logging fall diorama in there, nice big large picture. So check that out when you get a chance. So
Right.
what we have there. There we go. Thank you. So today, please join me in welcoming back Bruce McCowan. As Barry alluded to, that Bruce is going to tell us how he made this Yarmouth helium car. And he's going to go ahead and give us a little background on who would receive this product, so that hopefully if you want to do a helium car, that you could work it into someplace on your layout. So more on Bruce in just a minute. So next month, our own Fred Sowert is going to show you how to do the fast track switches there. If you remember that the division bought a left and a right number 6 fast tracks there. So Fred's going to be giving us some hands-on, showing you how to do it. Now, you see down below that if you ever have been to a Gallagher concert or have seen Shamu and you're sitting in the front row, you might, well, you're not going to get wet, but you might get some stuff coming at you, like a little bit of grinding and material. So if you want to really get a close view, then please bring your safety glasses for you. Next, nice looking house. So if you haven't had enough railroad stuff today and want to stop over at the house, please do. Have a couple of trains running around, and you can see all the nice buildings that a number of the guys have made for me that's on the railroad now. You will not see the no parking sign on the driveway or the yellow line, but I do have the infamous 8-ball out front. And if you'll just do this for me, if it's not too much of a difficulty, if you can park on my side of the street, that way it gives the cars coming a little more relay, and then hopefully won't have any dings or dents on anybody's car. So hope to see you after the meeting. Ron, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Also, thank you. See you after the meeting.
Okay.
Oh, look at here. We're having a train show. It's even highlighted here, November 16th, so you know. We're looking forward to seeing you. And we're still looking for volunteers to help out with the show. A couple of people have volunteered today. Thank you. But we're looking for more. So especially in the area of helping the dealers unload. One of the reasons we have a popular show that sells out at the previous show, basically. We don't have any tables available for the show and haven't for a couple of months. It's because of the service we offer our dealers. Not only do we help them unload, we get their stuff inside and then that's it. They're supposed to sell everything, so when they get ready to go, they have nothing left. That's not always the case. But we don't help them load out. We only help them load in. We also offer, which we've been doing for a couple of shows now, a food program where they can order their lunch in advance. So especially it makes the individuals who are lone sellers at a table, they don't have to leave their table. Lunch will be brought to them. So all I have to worry about is a bathroom break. So these things make our show popular, as well as the sparkling personality of our membership, which gathers through the show, helps everybody navigate the show. And if nothing else, even if you don't volunteer, if you come to the show, wear your badge, wear your shirt, wear your hat, and be friendly to people. We're here to spread the word about model railroading. And let me remind you, this is also the subject of my superintendent's article in the November pie card, which will be out soon, is about consider buying a ticket. We are a nonprofit. And the reason we put on the train show is to raise funds. We have no other source of funds for anything that we do except these two train shows. We don't get any money from the national. We sure as don't get any money from the mid-central region. They have a pile of money, but they don't give any of it out or do anything with it except buy plaques for themselves. But that's a story for another time.
Tell us how you really feel, Ron.
So you can buy a ticket online. Doesn't really show up on this brochure, but if you go to our website, there's a big buy now box down below. You can buy a ticket online. You can buy 2 tickets if you're feeling generous. You don't have to show up at all, but it's nice if you buy a ticket because, as I say, it's a fundraiser and it's just $6. So if you come to the show to work, you don't have to buy a ticket because we welcome your participation and appreciate your labor. But once again, if you'd like to buy a ticket, it would make us feel all warm and coochie about you. So thank you. We look forward to seeing everybody at the show. It's going to be a good show. And I can't wait personally. Volunteer. And with that, we'll take a 5-minute break while we get set up for Mr. Bruce to talk to us about helium cars.